beyond the classroom. It supports mental health through debates, discussions, entertainment, and fact-checking, which develop critical thinking. Talking on entertainment, social media provides teenagers with source of entertainment, which helps to reduce stress and improve mental well-being. For example, Nigerian comedians like Brain Jotter, Sabinus, Basket Mouth, etc. has entertained millions of people on social media through Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, etc. Furthermore, it boosts creativity and confidence as teenagers showcases talent in art, music, writing, and even business. Social media helps to expose us to cultural diversity. Talking of language, food, festival, strongly maintain the fact that social media is not a destroyer, but a builder of knowledge, confidence, and connections. Thank you.
Thank you for your courage. All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that last speaker, we are happy to announce the end of this first round of the debate. Please give them a round of applause as they take. Okay, yeah, they've not done the round-off session by the chief speaker. So we invite the chief speaker of Egosa Anglican Grammar School to come and give us her round-off 1 minute.
I'm here again to round up on my points on the fact that social media's impact on teenagers' mental health and intellectual capacity is undoubtedly damaging. Imagine a world where a glowing screen replaces deep thinking, where students know more about TikTok trends than their own textbooks. Now, this is not just an imagination, it's our daily reality. Social media's grip on teenagers is suffocating their potential. Addiction is rampant. Students prioritize their screens over their studies, house chores, and spiritual growth. You see them in churches, eyes glued to their phones, missing out on meaningful experience. The alarming reality is that many teenagers are sacrificing their future for fleeting digital validation, all in the name of trend. And like sugar-coated poison, social media may look sweet, but slowly eats us alive, stealing our joy, peace, and focus. Now, if something is stealing...
All right, we invite Giga Educational Center to come and ponder on that. 1 minute for chief speaker.
Standing on the existing protocol, I'm hearing detriment when it can be prevented. Social media is not a threat. It's a tool that can be maximized for improved learning and increased competencies. Through digital literacy education, mental health services, and strong government regeneration, which has made China to become the world largest users of social media, and has become ahead of USA, being third in the world most technically advanced countries. Therefore, I say it is time to brace up our ignorance and brace up in leveraging social media for positive and constructive uses. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Please give them a loud round of applause, both schools. Thank you for what you have done. Please resume your place in the audience. Thank you so much. Before we give you a clap, he is the legislative assistant to the senator representing the Edo South Senatorial District. Please give her a round of applause. All right, so again we have Mr. Smart Onobu. Please could you stand up, Mr. Onobu? Give him a round of applause. He's representing Honorable Osahon Enabulele, who is the House of Rep member representing Ikpoba constituency. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you for coming, honorables. You have come to motivate Edo children to display before you their potentials. And I'm sure by the time you'll be leaving here today, you might have 1 or 2 names that you are going to further to our representatives and do your recommendation. You know what recommendations to do. Please give them a round of applause for coming to support you and to witness this. Thank you very much. We now have the pleasure of inviting St. Maria Goretti Girls Grammar School, who is supporting the motion, to please come forward. They will be going against St. Michael's College, who are from Osahon there. Please come forward, St. Michael's College from Osahon there. All right, while St. Michael is coming, Guarantee, please could you just
Sule from St. Maria Goretti Girls Grammar School, Benin City.
My name is Eze Esther from St. Maria Goretti Girls Grammar School, Benin City.
My name is Itwan Osahon from St. Maria Goretti Girls Grammar School.
Thank you. All right, gentlemen.
My name is Iru Kingsley from St. Michael College.
My name is Aizeli Felix from St. Michael College.
My name is Ogeva Isosa from St. Michael College.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we would have the pleasure now of inviting the chief speaker of St. Maria Goretti Girls Grammar School to please open the floor. Please come forward.
We live in a world where likes and followers are mistaken for self-worth. A world where teenagers scroll endlessly for the worst. What was once a tool for connection has become a weapon against concentration, sanity, and self-esteem. This is crisis, a silent war on the minds of our young ones, and we must speak against it. With this I say, good day moderator, panel of judges, timekeeper, co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen. And TikTok, where users interact to share content and communicate with others. To begin with, social media is mentally addictive. Social media activates the brain's reward system by releasing dopamine, the same chemical released when people take drugs like cocaine. Teenagers get addicted to the high of likes, shares, and comments. When that high disappears, it leads to withdrawal, anxiety, and depression. Social media is a digital drug, and our teenagers are the laboratory rats. A Harvard study found that social media use triggers the same brain patterns as gambling and substance addiction. Furthermore, social media is creating a generation that cannot think deeply. Teenagers are glued too fast to their screens, flashy content, videos under 15 seconds, memes, and hashtags. Their brains are no longer trained to sit, think, read, or write. We are raising teenagers who can swipe faster than they can spell and scroll longer than they can study. In addition, social media is quietly killing teenagers' self-worth. Teenagers compare themselves to flawless filtered influencers. They start to believe their own lives are not good enough. Likes become self-worth, filters become faces, and behind every perfect post is a broken heart. If social media were a medicine, it would be banned for harming the mental health of teenagers. But since it is entertainment, we hand it over to them like candy while it poisons them slowly. Ladies and gentlemen, let us not be bamboozled by the flashy screens and endless likes. Social media is silently destroying the minds and hearts for our very own eyes. So I say with full conviction that social media is a threat to the intellectual capacity.
All right. Thank you. Would call on the chief speaker of St. Michael's College to please come forward and oppose the motion.
As William Shakespeare wrote in his famous play Julius Caesar, the fault, dear Brutus, is not in our stars but in ourselves. Good, the honorable moderator, panel of judges, accurate intellectual capacity and mental health of teenagers. It is easy to blame the glowing screens in our hands for every crack in our minds. But to claim that social media is inherently damaging to the cognitive capacity and mental health of our youth is to confuse the two with the wielder. Social media is not a thief of intellect, but a library without walls. Consider Gitanjali Rao. This is the 17-year-old Time Magazine's Kid of the Year who used social media to share an invention which detects lead in drinking water and to teach STEM to children worldwide. Even right here in Nigeria, young change makers like Joshua Agbula, a teenage programmer, use social media platforms like LinkedIn to discover mentors and to learn opportunities beyond the classroom. Is the pen guilty if the writer writes nonsense, or is it the writer who determines the quality of those words? Yes, there are dangers in social media, but so are there in cars, in medicine, and even in electricity. But do we ban these things? No. Instead, we teach responsible use. During the COVID-19 lockdown, teenagers like Faith Odunsi, Nigeria's international mathematics champion, continue training for competitions by accessing online resources and math forums shared on platforms like WhatsApp and YouTube. As for mental health, connection saves lives. In 2020, Amika George, a young activist from the United Kingdom, talked about how you get the driest minds, water the seeds of brilliance, and carry young people to shores their ancestors never dreamed of. The choice is not to dam the flow, but to teach our youth how to swim. Because in the end, it is not social media that weakens us, but how we choose to use it that will decide whether it becomes a stumbling block or a stepping stone. With these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince and not confuse you that social media is not detrimental to the intellectual capacity and mental health of our teenagers. Thank you.
It's a war. From St. Maria Goretti Grammar School to please come forward.
Good day, moderator, panel of judges, timekeeper, co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ikpoba, a student of St. Maria Goretti Girls Grammar School. I support the view that social media has a detrimental effect on the intellectual capacity and mental health of teenagers. Social media is silently crippling into the intellect of teenagers. Attention span shrinks to seconds and concentration is lost. How can a generation that is trained to scroll every 30 seconds master patience, discipline, and problem-solving skills? Social media has become a powerful addiction. Academic performance is collapsing because social media is replacing discipline with distraction and learning with perception. Teenagers constantly compel their original lives to fake lifestyle display online. When they see beauty, luxury, and weight they cannot afford, they begin to feel inadequate. This leads to anxiety and depression. What greater proof of damage do we need than lives being cut off because of virtual pressure? Teenagers no longer read. They swallow whatever trends on their feed. Fake news spread faster than truth, and intellectual laziness takes over. Every hour wasted scrolling online is an hour stolen from self-improvement. That time could have been used to acquire new skills, read books, or rest the mind, yet it is lost forever. Social media is not just a pastime, it's a theft of destiny. My opponents may argue that social media informs teenagers, but what is the value of information without wisdom? A spoon of honey in a seal of poison is still deadly. Bondage. Once upon a time, a student could sit with a novel for 2 hours to the mental poison that steals their focus and mortgage their future, or should we rise to protect them? Thank you.
Thank you. I told you it's a war. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we invite the supporting speaker from St. Michael's College to please come forward.
I'd love to begin with the words of David Willis. We do not use social media to impress, rather to impact and to create endless opportunities. I salute you, moderator, impartial panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Isele Felix, an esteemed student of St. Michael College, standing here before you to oppose and terminate the idea that social media is poisoning young minds in our society. Some may say that as a result of addiction to social media, there has been a decline in academic progress. But my opponents, before the existence of social media, were there not students who failed in their academic prospects? Or was that through the fault of social media? Every day we blame social media for being the cause of the crimes and societal vices. But before social media was created, all these crimes existed. So banning social media will not stop them. Rather, it will only make the criminals find new ways of committing them. Social media creates endless possibilities for career growth and intellectual development, serving as a platform for online studies and certifications. Through social media, students can interact with professionals in their desired fields, opening doors for potential mentorship and internship. Is that in any way detrimental to their mental health? Again, social media is a very valuable security tool for surveillance, monitoring, and reporting of crimes to the appropriate authorities. Let us draw inference from the 2021 EndSARS protest, where teenagers used social media to draw the attention of the government to police molestation of innocent citizens. Again, social media has paved ways for digital marketing, which has drastically reduced the number of children and teenagers engaging in street trading. With these very few points of mine, I hope I've been able to leave you without doubt that social media is in no way detrimental to the mental health and intellectual capacity of teenagers. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. All right, we invite the last supporting speaker from Maria Goretti to please come and take the floor.
Good day, moderator, panel of judges, timekeeper, co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eze Esther, a student of St. Maria Goretti Girls Grammar School. I stand to support the view that social media has a detrimental effect on the intellectual capacity and mental health of teenagers. Today, I will present clear and convincing points to show how social media is not only damaging the minds of young people, but also hindering their intellectual growth. To begin, in like quotes, when a population becomes distracted by trivia, when cultural life is redefined as a perpetual round of entertainment, when serious public conversations becomes a form of baby talk, the nation is in danger of collapse. While social media has its advantages, its negative impact, especially on the intellectual capacity and mental health of teenagers, is undeniable. From reduced focus to increased anxiety and addiction, it is clear that urgent steps needs to be taken to minimize its harmful influence on young minds. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll invite the last supporting speaker from St. Michael's College to please come forward.
In the words of Mark Zuckerberg, nothing influences people more than a recommendation from a trusted friend. Again, I have somehow that said, and I quote, "Count yourself lucky to be in a generation where social media has come to change the world." With this, I say, good day, moderator, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, co-debater, and my esteemed audience. My name is Eric Kingsley, student of St. Michael College. I'm here to oppose the motion which says that social media has a detrimental effect on the intellectual and mental capability of teenagers. Social media promotes social interaction and exchange of ideas among students, teachers, youth, and mentors with the aid of social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, and YouTube. We serve as discussion forum for the exchange of ideas, online classes, and social interaction. It also enables students to engage in dialogue, clarify doubts, and collectively improve their comprehension through shared experience and collaborative studying. With social media, students can now seek urgent medical care and attention for themselves and their peers in cases of accidents and emergency, especially in life-threatening situations in our schools, homes, or even our workplace. Social media can also be used for medical counseling and therapy and getting advice from qualified medical personnel around the world. I want to use this opportunity to remind us that social media is not just a media, but a key to endless possibility, creativity, and opportunity. Back in 2021, a requirement study shows that social media promotes digital and media literacy. As students search for online resources and create content, they learn basic communication and digital skills. More so, social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube serve as platforms for students to practice and showcase their talents and creativity to a vast audience, not only boosting their creativity skill, but also their confidence and their self-expression. For this reason, Susan Cooper said, and I quote, "Social media is a community effort. Everyone is an asset." Thank you.
All right, thank you. I think we've come to the stage now where we give 1 minute each to the chief speakers to come and please give us their points. Yes. Chief speaker from St. Maria Goretti, please come forward.
Now, let me ask you a question. Should teenagers be engaged in social media so that intellectual incapability and mental health may abound? God forbid! I leave this question to my opponent to answer. If one app could make teenagers hate themselves, fail at exams, and attempt suicide, could you see the benefits? You don't need a weapon to destroy a generation. Just give them a phone and Wi-Fi. Boom, we are there. Thank you.
All right, the mic is working, maybe not as loud. It's working through the computer, so you can still use the mic. Yes. Thank you. Chief speaker from St. Michael's College, please come forward. Maybe we can as well. Hello? Yeah.
Honorable educators and opponents, we have heard powerful warnings today, but my team and I have done something that the opposition has not. We have shown that social media, when steered and when controlled, will enhance access to life-saving support. We mentioned people like Feso Dunsi and Howard Jeffo, who are real youngsters that turn screens into classrooms and lifelines. They are not exceptions, but evidence. We must ask ourselves, who will benefit from stifling social media? Is it the teenagers who find methods on LinkedIn, or the children using YouTube to catch up on coursework, or the young people who reach out across online platforms when they needed help? We do not need prohibition. We need enlightenment, moderation, and accountability. By this, we are asking that the masses engage in making students digitally capable. We are asking for better moderation from platforms, as well as adults trained to guide. We must teach our youth to swim instead of cutting off the river. So, for opportunity and for the future of our youth, we strongly oppose the motion. Thank you.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this round. We ask them to resume their seats. Thank you so much. Give them a round of applause. Before we call the next round of schools, thank you. We'd like to introduce a special guest in our midst, Sosa Sylvia Edo. Please just wave to the students. Let them give you a round of applause. Please give her a round of applause. Thank you. All right. It's getting more interesting. And I don't envy the judges who would find it very difficult today to decide on who is going to be, well, who will get the biggest plaque. Because I think from what we've seen here, there are no winners in this game. Everybody is exceptional. Exceptional. This is a proof that what you have here is a champion of champions game. So give yourself a round of applause, you students. Now, we'd like to invite on stage Idia College from Oredo local government area. Please come up stage. And then we are inviting Egwaidaiken Secondary School of Yan Northeast to please come forward too. All right, come forward and resume your seats. Igwe College is opposing the motion, and Idia College is supporting the motion. Thank you. All right, let's get some introduction done. The mic we are using is for the internet because we are running online. Thank you.
I am Prosper Mosele from Igwe Grammar School.
I am Ojin Precious from Igwe Grammar School.
I am Iwo Harut, a student of Igwe Grammar School.
Thank you. This time you need to be a bit more audible because the mic is a fake. All right, please come forward. Yes, one by one.
I am Osagedowa Joy Binovia.
I am Asdebemi Victory.
My name is Mafidon Grace.
Thank you, Idia College and Igwe Daiken. We'll now invite the chief speaker from Idia College to come and give her points. 3 minutes. Thank you.
Distinguished panels of judges, respected moderators, accurate timekeepers, my attentive audience, my co-debaters, and my fellow students, I am Osagedowa Joy Binovia, standing here as an authentic, proud, and certified ambassador of Idia College. I rise with conviction to firmly support the motion. We state that social media has a detrimental effect on the intellectual capacity and mental health of teenagers. A wise saying goes, not all that glitters is gold. Social media may shine with the promise of connection and entertainment, but beneath the surface lies a dark undertow that drags teenager into intellectual laziness and emotional turmoil. The teenage mind, which should be fertile ground for wisdom and creativity, is being watered, not with knowledge, but with a stream of trivialities, gossips, and illusion. Before social media, teenagers often spend free time reading, engaging in creative hobbies and conversing face-to-face, sharpening both intellect and empathy. Today, that time is swallowed by endless scrolling, a digital whirlpool that speeds them around the cycle but never move them forward. How can a mind go when it's constantly filled with precise distractions instead of nourishing ideas? How can one run a race of academic excellence while carrying a baggage of simple
person I spent on meaningless feed. Social media is a master of deception. It paints the world in filter color, making reality seem dull and inadequate. Teenagers compare their ordinary days to the carefully curated highlights of others, forgetting that even the brightest moon has a dark side. The result, a generation trapped in silent battle of low self-worth, anxiety, and depression. If lies, comments, and follow have become the currency of self-esteem, what happens to teenagers who has little to spend? And let us not forget the chain of addiction. Social media platforms are not just tools, they are design traps. The constant piece of notification is like a sweet call siren, luring teenagers away from their books, their dreams, and their goals. Hours vanished and missed under the money, so instead of them sharpening their mind, teenagers are busy sharpening their swiping fingers. If it's not mental robbery in broad daylight, then what is? Now, my opponent may argue that social media can be educational. Yes, somewhere in the vast ocean, there are drop of useful knowledge. But when the water is polluted with misinformation, gossip, and distraction, do we still drink it because we found a few drops of purity? If you were offered a cup of water with a drop of poison, would you drink it because the rest is clean? And even when they speak loudly in its defense, I stand to say, empty barrels make the loudest noise. Volume is not proof, and noise is not knowledge. They may point us to a successful story, but these are the exception, not the rule. The overwhelming reality is that social media drains more than its gift. Let us call spade spade. Social media is a toxic mirror that even from the classroom to the library, from the library to the exam or to the report card, the true journey of a teenager should be towards knowledge and excellence. But social media has diverted that path, turning scholars into scholars, replacing focus with distraction and trading wisdom for wallet validation. These are not just distractions, they are meta addiction.